What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode on a debt free mindset. Today, we are just going to talk about 5 top reasons of why you should become debt free. In case there's some people that don't know, a lot of people think it's just easy or it's not important or anything like that. Well, it's very important to get out of debt. Um, Debt is so common that most people don't even question it anymore. Car payments, credit cards, student loans, it's just normal. But normal is broke, stressed, and stuck. So really, it's more important than people think. So today I'm going to share 5 powerful reasons why you should become debt free using proven principles that I've used, and why the mindset completely changes your life. Really, your mindset completely changes everything. So important. First, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you enjoy my content. Leave a comment below. Leave a comment explaining your debt free journey, what you guys are going through, everything like that. Just leave some feedback, and I'll get back with you guys. It's a brand new channel, like I said in a couple videos ago. So in my third video on the channel, need to get it out there. We've got like 1 subscriber right now, but I know I put the work into it, and it will become something, and it will help a lot of people out eventually. So number one on the list is going to be peace of mind. The first reason to become debt free is a simple peace of mind. Just takes a weight off your shoulders. You know, uh, debt keeps your brain in survival mode. Every bill, every due date, every unexpected expense becomes stressful. You know, really, that's what it does, and it's there's just really no need for it in your life. So, uh, one of the biggest lessons from debt free thinking is this: when you don't owe anyone any money, your income finally becomes your income. You know what I mean by that is, you get your paycheck. If you're in debt, you're just paying, throwing money out to all these companies and all your debt. And when you're not in debt, guess what? You get to keep your income, and you get to use that income to build and build and build and build. So it's very important to do it. Um, no more like staying awake at night, thinking about payments. Peace is underrated until you finally experience it. So, I mean, really, that's what it comes down to for the first reason: peace of mind. Very, very important. Second reason is going to be more control over your money. Debt steals control. Before you even get paid, your money's already gone. Already has a job. Already gone. Paying somebody else. You know, so we've got to stop that. We've got to stop that. And, I use Dave Ramsey's steps as you see probably in another video. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, which everybody would be new if they've are finally seeing these videos, go check out my other videos. I talk a little bit more about debt and debt free and kind of the journey we went through. I'll be adding to that journey story every couple weeks. But yeah, so I use Dave Ramsey. So a core Dave Ramsey principle is given every dollar an assignment before it disappears. And that's very, very important. When you're debt free, you can decide where your money goes. Not banks, not lenders, not credit card companies, some stuff like that. You can tell it where to go. So that's when budgeting stops feeling restrictive and starts feeling empowering. So that's why I say number two is more control over your money. Very, very, very important. Very underrated too. So number three is going to be you build real wealth. So you got a lot of, when you have your own money and it's not going away, you can build the wealth, just like I said earlier. Most people think they're broke because they don't make enough money, but that's really not the reason. They're broke because debt is eating everything. Every dollar is going to some kind of credit card payment or truck payment that's 700 to $1,000 a month. I think like 20% of the new car payments that rolled off the lot, I think in December, were like the average was over like 20% of them were over $1,000 a month. That's crazy for a vehicle. Absolutely insane for a vehicle. So, when you remove debt, you know, you free up massive cash flow, and that's how the real wealth starts. So it's very, very important to be debt free. You can start building your wealth. Instead of payments, you can save, invest, give, build margin. This is how everyday people, quietly become wealthy over time. So, I mean, that's one of the secret sauces, as you could say. So number 4 is going to be probably, let's see, you stop depending on credit. You can't keep depending on credit. So, debt trains you to rely on credit for emergencies. That's not needed. Emergencies shouldn't be handled with debt. You just need to have your money. That's why you need an emergency fund. When you start getting out of debt, you need to have an emergency fund. Another key principle is building an emergency fund, like I just said, so life doesn't send you back into panic mode. When you're debt free, emergencies become inconveniences, not financial disasters. And that is very, very important to think about. Right now, if you're in debt, every little emergency kills you, absolutely wipes you down. So it's just crazy, really. So I'm here to help people. I went through the same exact thing, so I'm just trying to help people out here and get on track. Like I said earlier in one of my other videos, I've just started a financial coaching side hustle here to help people. So if you need help, just leave me a comment and we can get in touch. I do mostly do the Dave Ramsey principles. Like I said, I've been through it, and I am actually a Dave Ramsey master financial coach. I did go through all his training also. So like I said, just hit me up if you guys need some financial coaching. But let's get back on track with the video here. The 5th reason is going to be freedom to choose your life. Okay, this is a big one. The biggest reason of all is freedom. You're not stuck to all these banks. You're not stuck to the credit cards. You're not stuck to the truck payments or the car payments or any payment, loan payments, anything. When you're not buried in payments, you have options. So you can change jobs. Hey, you want to change a job? When you're debt free, you can change your job without feeling like you're not going to be able to pay payments because you don't have any. So you can change jobs, you say no to overtime, spend more time with family, or pursue, things that actually matter in time. So debt-free living is about deprivation. It isn't about deprivation. Sorry, misspoke there. And, it's all about designing a life that you need to escape from. It's just, like I said, we've been through it. It's difficult. And it's a mindset thing. That's why my channel is called A Debt-Free Mindset, because I believe it is fully a mindset thing. You can have all the plans in place that you want, but if you don't have the mindset and the want to get out of debt, guess what? You're probably not going to go out of debt. You're not even going to try. You want to get out of debt, but if you don't have the mindset, you're still going to go spend money eating out. Going to maybe, oh man, my car's having a little bit of trouble. Let's go trade in and get a new car payment. That's what people do, and it's not needed. And I'm here to help people try to get on track and give them some advice maybe they haven't heard or they have heard, but maybe just be that person to be like, hey, let's go do this, So I hope this video with the top 5 reasons, really help somebody out there. Like I said, brand new channel. Share the channel, share the videos. Let's get this community built up here. And I appreciate you guys. I'll be posting more videos. Maybe another one this weekend. It just depends on how it goes. But, hey guys, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys on the next episode.